Thanks for joining us.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
First, from your local weather authority.
Well, the smoke returned yesterday. We have extreme heat through the weekend and into next week. It's just going to get warmer for tomorrow. So let's start with a look through our ValleyCam network. This is the Ksee Health ValleyCam in Visalia, where right now visibility is still limited to about 4 miles. 79 degrees there right now, 85 in Fresno, and we are looking at high temperatures tomorrow to reach 106. 105 on Monday, lots of smoke lingering. We do cool down and the air does freshen up through the middle of next week. Details on that in your local weather authority forecast. KC24 News at 11 starts now.
Local news that matters. This is KC24 News at 11.
Tonight, loved ones gathered to remember 24-year-old Philip Frucetta, the security guard on Tuesday night. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shauna Kalafi. Police are still searching for that suspect, and his family and friends are searching for answers. KC24's Liv Johnson reports.
6 near 4 days ago at this Motel 6 near Blackstone Avenue and Griffith Way that Frucetta lost his life, and tonight his family is here to honor him while still searching for answers.
He's awesome. I wish he was here. I wish he didn't die.
24-year-old Philip Frucetta was killed while working his second job as a security guard on Tuesday night at a Motel 6 in Fresno. Police say he was responding to a disturbance from a group at the motel when one of them shot him. On Saturday, Philip's family gathered to honor his life at the same place he was killed.
I'm just hanging on day by day and trying to go through this. Hopefully I get some answers. Hopefully I can get him some peace.
Philip is survived by his 4-year-old son, Mason, who's been living with a foster family since his mother died in a car crash in 2019. Philip's cousin, Nicholas Cropper, says Philip got the job as a security guard back in April so he could save money for an apartment and regain custody of his son.
He was trying everything in his power to better his life. He started going to church, he got baptized, and he was doing everything that someone can to do better for themselves.
The suspect has still not been identified, and anyone with information is asked to call the Fresno Police Department. Reporting in Fresno, I'm Liv Johnson, KC24, local news that matters.
In Selma, police are investigating the city's first homicide of the year. It happened early this morning, just before 1 a.m. at the Lakes apartment complex on Nelson Boulevard. Police were called out there for reports of an argument and gunshots. When they got there, they found a man shot multiple times, and he died at the scene. Police are still searching for the shooter. If you have any information, call the Selma Police Department. And police in Fresno are looking for a missing 10-year-old boy last seen in downtown Fresno Friday night. His family shared this photo of the child, Evan Venegas. Police say he was last seen walking in the area of Tuolumne and L Street around 9 last night. He was wearing a red shirt, burgundy pants, and a burgundy backpack. If you see him, call Fresno police immediately. And the Madera County Sheriff's Office wants to remind everyone visiting the mountains about the rules of building campfires. They shared the fire restriction guidelines from the U.S. Forest Service on Facebook today. Campfires are allowed in designated campgrounds, but prohibited in areas that are considered dispersed camping or closed campgrounds. Propane barbecues, grills, and fire pits, however, are allowed. And open flames are not allowed on the Bass Lake shoreline. According to CAL FIRE, there are no current fire restrictions on private property. New tonight, Fresno State football is back. They played their first game of the season today against UConn and dominated. Sports Central's Andrew Martin has more from Bulldog Stadium.
The Fresno State football team is 1-0 in 2021 with a 45-0 win over UConn. The Bulldogs were dominant, both on offense and on defense. In fact, the only thing that really slowed Fresno State down was the heat.
I feel great. I just had a full body cramp. It was really, really hot out there, and at halftime I was more gas than I normally am, so I needed to probably get an IV at halftime instead of waiting until I had a full body cramp on the 30-yard line.
You know, that heat was tough, but I think we handled it pretty well.
Of course we have to, get some guys a little bit more hydrated, but I think it was pretty good.
It's not perfect, and I don't know if I've ever seen a perfect game played, but there was a lot of just great things that I know I can see we're better at.
Coach Kalen DeBoer obviously pleased with his team's effort. This the 100th season of Bulldog football. So Fresno State is 1-0. Next week, the Bulldogs have a tough test. They go to Oregon, the 11th ranked team in the country. At Bulldog Stadium, I'm Andrew Martin for Sports Central.
Yeah, definitely an exciting day at Bulldog Stadium. The team was back on the field and fans were back in the stands after more than a year and a half. Our Adrian Thomas has more.
Bulldog Stadium finally back to a familiar sight. A packed house, complete with all the pregame, including the game day tailgate. Harry Gakin and Jim Winton have been tailgating at Bulldog football games since the late 1950s. Last year was the first time in decades they weren't able to go to any games.
Life begins. Football season is here. There's excitement in the air, and people get together, and it's really a great time.
Both are members of the Bulldog Foundation, the nonprofit supporting Fresno State athletes on and off the field. Both are not even Fresno State alumni, but say they come to games because of
camaraderie and all the great fun we have and watching good football. Fresno State's been it's been the sleeping giant, you might say, all these years.
While a seemingly normal football season has begun, there still is the looming threat of surging COVID-19 cases.
Bulldog Stadium is encouraging everyone to wear face coverings while attending games, regardless of vaccination status. However, the stadium is not requiring proof of vaccination.
Whether it's current students, alumni, or Fresno natives, football fans returning to Bulldog Stadium on Saturday is widely celebrated.
It's a beautiful moment seeing everyone here supporting the Bulldogs. I went to Cal Poly, but I'm a Bulldog.
For local news that matters.
And we'll have more from the game coming up later in Sports Central.
Heat this weekend, temperatures headed up into tomorrow, and all this smoke lingers. We've got the latest next for you in your local Weather Authority forecast. First, here's a look at your allergy forecast from the BAS Allergy, Asthma, and Sinus Center.
Now from Ksee 24, this is a Clear the Shelter's pet adoption tip.
When you're thinking about adopting a pet, remember that each pet situation is different. Some pets might be anxious or suffering from abandonment, and so the behavior you see at the shelter, like cowering or maybe nervous barking, that may not be typical once they get home. Give them time to let their personalities come out.
This Clear the Shelter's pet tip has been brought to you by Whitey's Pets and Ksee 24.
With a Honda in your garage, every summer adventure leads to another. Only at the Honda Summer Sales Event.
Ready, set, go.
Booth and Cricket charge more for unlimited 5G. Metro doesn't. Introducing the big 5G upgrade. Just $25 a month gets you unlimited 5G and a free 5G smartphone. That's half the price for one line of unlimited 5G smartphone data. Plus a free Samsung Galaxy 5G when you switch and trade in. All with the power of the T-Mobile 5G network. Rule your day with 5G. Only at Metro.
Make this the summer. The summer of hauling happiness by the ton and bringing home hardware by the handful, where traditions were passed down on the tailgate. And the only thing more powerful than the feeling was the truck that took you to it. Make this the summer of Ram.
Right now, get 0% financing for 72 months, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2021 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
The best sale of the year is on at Sleepmore. Inside, more furniture for less.
During our Labor Day sale, you'll save up to $800 on our top-of-the-line premium adjustable mattress sets from Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster.
You'll also get 84 months interest-free financing.
Get the well-deserved rest you've been looking for with incredible savings.
Visit Sleepmore to test rest your new mattress at a great discount today.
The smoke returned yesterday. We saw a pattern shift. In Northern California, it had to do with winds, turning that smoke, those smoke plumes from the huge fire in the valley, and that smoke out and about through the Central Valley. You can see it here as this time lapse goes through the day from our Meadow Lakes Valley Cam. The valley still filled with smoke, some cloud cover on top of that smoke, but there are moments of clear sky where you can just see how thick it is here on the ground. And something you can't see, or a symptom of that, is the lowered visibility, just down to a few miles up and down the valley. We are crossing level 5 today as far as these pollutants go, with particulate matter in that 245 range. Smoke forecast continues to show more smoke still pouring down from Northern California with those fires there and the wind shift taking place there. Also in Tulare and Kern County especially, smoke from the French fire there, of course, causing those more local problems. And near Lake Tahoe, there's kind of a split around the mountains with a lot of that smoke ending up on the western side and then coming back into the valley from the northwest. Temperatures today, 104 here in Fresno, 102 in Visalia. It'll be even warmer tomorrow. Our average high this time of year is 95 degrees. It was 70 in the morning for our overnight low. This now puts us at 59 100-degree days or warmer so far here in 2021. That is well above the average of 38 and 63. We're likely to set a new record by the time we get through the next few days, where we have plenty more heat in store. Extreme heat going on, and up and down the valley, air quality index is in the unhealthy range, expected to be unhealthy in Tulare County, unhealthy for sensitive groups elsewhere. Satellite and radar showing some of those clouds as they move through the area today. You can see some of them in Southern California. We still have some of that monsoon moisture down in the Four Corners area. That's not affecting us, and we're really not likely to see very much of anything as far as precipitation chances in the days ahead. Your renewable solar forecast with 29,000 megawatt hours, even through the next few days, limited by visibility as well as these very hot temperatures. You're still doing pretty well if you have a home solar generation system. So temperatures tonight back into the 60s for a lot of spots, but triple-digit highs, including 106 here in Fresno. We are under an extreme heat warning here, and looking at temperatures to be warm all the way through Monday before cooling off slightly back to around 100 on a hazy Tuesday. That will be day number 62 as far as triple-digit days this year, and then 90s to round out the rest of the week. Get a check of your local weather authority forecast anytime at yourcentralvalley.com.
Coming up next in sports, a couple Valley natives return to action tonight. Julia Lopez has more for us. Hey, Julia.
Hey, Shauna, that's right. We're going to check in with players from Tulare Union and Clovis West who played in their season openers today. Plus, by now, you should know that Fresno State won its opener. We'll show you how the Dogs did it, highlights, and a full report from Bulldog Stadium next in Sports Central.
And now it's time to take a look at tonight's winning Super Lotto Plus numbers, brought to you by Eagle Mountain Casino. They are 6, 17, 29, 30, 45, and 5. Good luck.
Each year, someone wins a Granville Home of Hope. This year, the keys could be yours, but you have to buy a ticket. And to drive this Fresno Lexus, you have to buy a 2-ticket bundle. Another winner will be handed the keys October 13th on KC24. Immediate information from KC24. Download the YourCentralValley.com app.
Toyota's national sales event is on now.
This Labor Day, get $750 cash back on 6 of Toyota's most popular models.
It all ends September 7th.
Toyota, let's go places.
What's at stake in the September 14th recall? It's a matter of life and death. With Delta surging, Gavin Newsom is protecting California, requiring vaccination for health workers and school employees. The top Republican candidate and would eliminate vaccine mandates on day one, threatening school closures and our recovery. Stop the spread. Return your ballot or vote in person by September 14th. Protect California by voting no on the Republican recall.
The three-row Subaru Ascent. Room for up to 8 passengers. Standard EyeSight driver assist technology. Standard symmetrical all-wheel drive plus up to 27 miles per gallon. Coming from Kelley Blue Book's most trusted and best overall brand for 2020. The three-row Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever.
Get 0% APR financing on a new 2021 Subaru Ascent. Going on now.
I grew up in Linden, California, but as a former Bulldog, I consider Fresno home too. My All Rise Foundation teaches kids how to be heroes for their community by putting service over self. So we're partnering with the Central California Blood Center. Save lives.
Aaron, remember your launch angle.
Because being a hometown hero is as simple as stepping up. How about that for launch angle?
Gavin Newsom's report card. Education, 41st in the nation. Gasoline, highest in the nation. Sales tax, highest in the nation. Income tax, highest in the nation. Homeless, highest in the nation. It's time for a change. Because returning Gavin Newsom to office again and again and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. Ad paid for by Elder for Governor 2021.
Toyota's national sales event is on now.
This Labor Day, get $750 cash back on Venza or $2,000 cash back on Prius Prime.
It all ends September 7th.
Toyota, let's go places.
Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
For the first time in program history, the Fresno State football team played in a morning game at Bulldog Stadium and hosted a team they've never played before in the Yukon Huskies. The Bulldogs opening up a brand new season at 11 a.m. this morning with temps in the triple digits. The Red Wave allowed inside Bulldog Stadium for the first time in 644 days. Fans getting to see how good this team can be in person. Let's start with the defense. First quarter, Sanger's Aaron Mosby moving from linebacker to defensive scoop. Here, and he does that, the strip, the scoop, and the score for the 31-yard touchdown. That gives the Dogs a 7-0 lead after the PAT, but history was made on play. And the fifth-year senior runs it in for the 61-yard TD. With that touchdown, Ronnie becomes the all-time leader in career touchdowns with 45, passing Anthony Daigle. That put Fresno State up 21-zip late in the fourth. Jalen Cropper on the first play of his drive, and the Valley product showing off his speed and strength, puts a shoulder down, keeps going for the 86-yard score. Fresno State would go up 31-zip at half and end up shutting out the Huskies 45-0. Sports Central's Andrew Martin braved the heat to give us this report.
The Fresno State football team began the 100th year of Bulldog football with a 45-0 statement win over UConn. First things first, Jake Haener. He's fine. It was just cramps. Obviously a scary moment for Bulldog. Quarter, he was far from the only player on either team to deal with heat-related issues in this game. At one point, we took the temperature of the turf. It was 154 degrees.
The cramping certainly, it was hard to have a rhythm, especially on offense, because it seemed like they had linemen, and then, you know, the same defensive player on their side, and then a couple offensive linemen. It was back and forth. It was almost like there was a 2-minute intermission between every play we were running. So
the heat was certainly a big storyline in this game. As well, he is now the all-time touchdowns leader in Fresno State football history. He scored his 45th on a 61-yard reception from Jake Haener. He passes Anthony Daigle, who had held that record since 1993.
Yeah, it was just a play that we run that gets me out in space.
and gets me, running on some backers, and Jake threw a great ball to keep me away from that safety and, just break a tackle and get to the end zone. So it was just a, overwhelming feeling, great accomplishment, and, none of this could be done without my teammates. So, all the props and all the glory goes to them, really.
So to recap, Fresno State 45, UConn 0. These teams will meet again next season in Connecticut. At Bulldog Stadium, I'm Andrew Martin for Sports Central. Julia, back to you.
Thanks, Andrew. And this tweeted this out saying, wow, what a feeling. My oldest breaks the TD record and my youngest gets an offer to Fresno State. So Devin Rivers is a senior running back at Heritage High School and could possibly continue that Bulldog lineage. The Dogs will face UCLA in 3 weeks, but today Union star Casimir Allen, now a wide receiver, found the end zone for the 44-yard play. That's Allen's third career touchdown. UCLA goes on and wins 44-10. Clovis West alum and three-time captain at Nebraska, Adrian Martinez, trying to cut the deficit against Illinois. In the third, Martinez with a 75-yard rushing touchdown. He ran for over 100 yards and threw for 232, but Nebraska falls in its season opener 30-22. Bryson DeChambeau is tied for the lead heading into the final round of the BMW Championship. The Clovis East alum shot a 5 under 67 today. We'll be right back.
KC 24 News is brought to you in part by Les Schwab.
Well, this is our new home until the mortgage company that you chose gets the loan closed.
I should have called Country Club Mortgage.
With offices in the Central Valley, your loan will be done quicker and done right. Apply online or call today. Country Club Mortgage.
The future is here with the Lexus Express Store at FresnoLexus.com. Here's how it works. Find the Lexus of your dreams online on our website. Once you find the vehicle, figure out how you'd like to build your deal. You can even put a value on your trade-in. Here's the best part. You can schedule a time to come pick up your new vehicle, or we can deliver it to your home. Either way, make your purchase easy today at the Express Store at FresnoLexus.com.
What's the difference between Ksee Gold Resort and Casino and other casinos? We don't just know how to have fun, we know how to win. That's why we keep #1 best local casino, best steakhouse, and award-winning fine dining. Here's to another winning year of better odds, bigger dreams, and more fun. You win, we win, together. Ksee Gold Resort and Casino. Feel the fun.
Carvio Fresno is your source for fine, affordable pre-owned cars. Every vehicle we sell has been checked out and serviced. That's why Carvio offers gold. Check out our large inventory on our website, or better yet, come over and see for yourself for a stress-free car buying experience. And with zero down with good credit and other financing options, you can drive out with the car you want for a price you can afford. Carvio on North Blackstone and Spruce, home of the lifetime used car warranty.
I'm so glad we called Country Club Mortgage.
Honey, we're home. With offices in the Central Valley, your loan will be done quicker and done right. Apply online or call 559-636-3333 today. Country Club Mortgage.
This is KC 24 News at 11.
After Thursday's deadly attack at the Kabul airport, then the U.S. drone strike that killed 2 high-profile ISIS-K members, President Biden is now warning that another ISIS attack could happen in Afghanistan as soon as tomorrow. NBC's Ali Vitali reports.
President Joe Biden warning that another terror attack in Afghanistan is imminent. The president, in a statement Saturday, echoing warnings given to him by top U.S. commanders that an attack is highly likely in the next 24 to 36 hours. But they assured him they have all the authorities, resources, and plans to protect our men and women on the ground. This after making good on his earlier promise for revenge.
We will hunt you down and make you pay.
A U.S. drone strike killed 2 high-profile ISIS-K members and wounded 1 other, according to the Pentagon, who described them as planners and facilitators of possible future attacks.
The fact that 2 of these individuals are no longer walking on the face of the earth, that's a good thing.
Mr. Biden vowing today this strike was not the last. But defense officials were tight-lipped on if these targets were involved in Thursday's attack at the Kabul airport and guarded about the strike's specific impact on ISIS-K capabilities.
And we aren't thinking for a minute that what happened yesterday gets us in the clear. Not a minute.
The U.S. didn't alert any other countries to the strike beforehand, including the Taliban. The Taliban condemning the U.S. attack, calling it a direct violation of the sovereignty of our country. Meanwhile, U.S. forces hustling to evacuate personnel, with the August 31st deadline less than 60 hours away. So far, more than 100,000 people have been evacuated, among them 5,400 American citizens. The evacuation now evolving to include U.S. troops and equipment.
There is equipment leaving on those flights too that was originally planned.
A sign that the mission is nearing its close.
And Governor Gavin Newsom has ordered flags at all state buildings to be flown at half-staff in honor of the victims of the Kabul airport attack. Several of them were from California or stationed here. The governor issued a statement this afternoon saying, in part, our heroic troops gave their lives to protect others amid harrowing and dangerous conditions, and we will never forget their bravery and selfless sacrifice in service to our nation. We'll be right back.
Allard's Art is your local source for all of your drawing and painting needs, from blank canvas to professional framing, plus the Valley's largest assortment of fine pins. Allard's Art on Blackstone and Barstow.
For more information on this business, go to yourcentralvalley.com and click on Central Valley Local.
Darkside Window Tinting does more than just auto glass. We offer the same advantages to homes and businesses too. Reduced heat, more privacy, and impact-resistant film. Window tinting. Glass together. Darkside Window Tinting. Affordable, reliable, professional.
The big sale you've been waiting for is on now during the Labor Day sale at More Furniture.
All of our newest fall arrivals are here, and they're all on sale.
Save on furniture for every room in your house as you prepare for fall entertaining and holiday guests.
And our 30-day price guarantee means you don't have to wait. The best deals are available right now during the Labor Day sale at More Furniture for Less.
Preview all sales specials online at morefurniture.com.
Here are your Fresno State Bulldogs and MVP partner Exhibit Supply. We are the official canopy of Fresno State Athletics. Exhibit Supply provides custom canopies, flags, and tableskin premium table covers around the world and around the valley. Your winning team, Fresno State and Exhibit Supply, the official canopy of Fresno State Athletics. Go Dogs!
Our seasonal savings aren't made to lure you in. Quite the opposite, to get you out there, doing stuff. Save more this Labor Day. Home Depot. Doers get more done.
Darkside Window Tinting does more than just auto glass. We offer the same advantages to homes and businesses too. Reduced heat, more privacy, and impact-resistant film that keeps shattered glass together. Darkside Window Tinting. Affordable, reliable, professional.
In Education Matters, Reading Heart partnered with Calviva Health today to give out more than 24,000 books to teachers for free. 450 teachers showed up to the book giveaway in Fresno. They had tables set up with age-appropriate books for all different grade levels, and each teacher got 3 shopping bags to fill with books for their classroom.
Teachers have the books and the resources to give back to the students. It allows them to grow their imagination. It allows them to think outside their own school classroom and learn things that they haven't had the opportunity to learn.
And Shapiro says that teachers often pay for extra books out of their own pockets, so giving them these resources for free allows them to help their students in other ways. It's pretty cool. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Good night.